Hello you, welcome back. Today is day 2 of a 7-day reset and balance challenge. We do have a full 31-day reset and balance challenge, of which you're doing the first 7 days now if you're doing this with me on YouTube, and that is over on my membership platform. So if you want to join my online yoga studio, which is called Unearthed, then you get a 7-day free trial and your first month 50% off just by using the code YouTube. So really, it is a little bit of a no-brainer. Let's get into this class though. I'm so excited to guide you through, and well done for coming back for day 2 if you were done day 1 with us yesterday. Keep with the consistency and with the priority being your mental well-being. I'm Angie and I will meet you over on the mat. Let's start today's practice in a kneeling position. If kneeling is not okay for your knees, you can of course come into a cross-legged position instead. When you get there, close your eyes, bring both hands to your lower belly, and really feel the loving and warm grip of your hands around what is often a really sensitive part of the body for so many of us. We store so much judgment on our stomachs, on our bellies, on what we look like, on how tight we need to squeeze ourselves into clothing. And as you have your hands on this part of the body, I want you to start moving your hands around this region and just showing it some love. Stop being so mean to what is ultimately yours. In yoga, we believe that this is the physical layer, Annamaya Kosha, that physical layer, the body sheath. And really, we are so much more underneath. This is just the vessel that carries us through the human experience of life. And how kind we are to the vessel is so incredibly important. It ripples onto every other part of our lives. As we move through a slow flow in today's practice, we connect a little bit deeper into the different layers that make us up, not just this physical layer. As you move your hands around in our opening today, can you be extra loving and extra kind and extra nice, because you do deserve that? And can you take that into every posture that we make with our physical bodies, regardless of what that shape looks like for you? Start to slow the hand movements down until you come back into stillness with the hands still resting on this lower part of the body, cradling it, nurturing it. Shoulders drop down away from your ears. Sit up a little bit taller. Lift through your heart. In today's practice, we focus on the word raga. This means attachment. And by focusing on the concept of raga, which is a concept from yoga philosophy, we instead are focusing really on the opposite of the word. So by looking at what we are attached to, in how it feels in a pose, in what we look like in a pose, we're trying to move away from the concept of raga. So we think of attachment in order to detach. And detachment is really one of the key outcomes and key desires of the practice of yoga, to drive us towards full detachment in life. Slowly, when you're ready, fluttering the eyes open, let's make our way straight onto our bellies, onto the front part of the body. Take your time. You can get down there however you like to, lowering yourself down and then grabbing hold of a block, just so that it's easy for you to get if you would like to use it. And the forearms will come down to the earth. And we start to draw the left knee up. This is a half frog. I want you to think about the knee being in line with the hip, and the knee also being in line with the ankle, and the ankle being in line with the foot. Okay, so you should be able to see me here. I'll move up a little bit. And when that feels good, you can start to lower the front body. If it's feeling like you need a bit of support, Handy Brick is going to come and give you that added bit of support underneath your thigh, just connecting it closer to the earth. You don't need to use it if you don't want to. It is there as an option. So whatever feels good for you. We are hanging out here. Front body comes down. You can keep on the forearms. You can extend the arms towards the front of the mat. You can rest your forehead to the earth or maybe to the palms. Close your eyes wherever you are. Lifting the forehead up if you had it down. Slowly start to extend and draw the left leg to come back to meet the right, removing any blocks if you had them. Take a little wriggle from side to side. We come straight over onto the other side by bringing the right knee up, out to the side and towards the chest, knee in line with the foot, foot in line with the ankle, and take as much time as you need to grab that block, pop it underneath, added stability, added support. Hands can be on the ground, forearms down, or maybe resting the forehead to the earth or to the palms of your hands, or the backs of your hands. Into stillness. Relax your shoulders. Relax through your face. Lifting the head if it was down. Again, drawing and removing the props away from you. The leg comes back to meet the other. Press strong into both of your palms. Lift yourself up and coming onto an all fours position. Extend our right leg to the back of the room, keeping it nice and lifted. Taking a bend in the knee, foot flexing up to the sky. And then drawing the knee in towards the chest. Slowly start to dome through the spine. Plant the shin down towards the ground. Extend the left leg to the back of the mat. And again, grab hold of your trusty blocks. Place the blocks either side of the body. Before you come all the way down into your Kapotasana pigeon pose, which I know a lot of people love to do, I want you to instead focus on lifting yourself up, keeping your chest high, heart lifted, shoulders dropped, gaze ahead, really nice and proud and strong in this posture. And now we can slowly start to either release the blocks, continue to use them if you'd like to. Hands pad forward towards the top of the mat, they can stay there. Maybe it's forearms, maybe arms extend, maybe the head drops down. Lifting your head slowly back up, padding the hands back, coming into mermaid pose, shifting the weight onto the right leg. Take a bend in our left knee. Left arm comes to the front. You can stay here. This might feel really strong and like it's perfectly enough for you. If you're coming with me, circle the arm up to the sky, follow it with your gaze and rock it round. So if you're trying to get the hand and the foot to touch, again, this might be enough for you. You could use a block here to support the hand that's on the ground. If we want to grab hold, we're doing so. Reach for your foot. And you can stay here, working on rotating through the upper chest. And if you're coming with me, you're going to draw the left foot a little bit closer in and then start to hook it so it comes into the crease of the back arm. As you've got it into the crease, we can then lift the right arm up and then take a little flip. And we're reaching to grab and interlace the fingers to be in our mermaid pose, gazing towards the front of the room or the front corner of the mat. So in a kind of left up and to the left direction. Chest is really nice and lifted. Feel proud, feel strong in the pose. Take a breath in through the nose. And a breath out of the nose. Breath in and a breath out. Slowly start to release your mermaid. Blocks to one side if you don't need them, hands to the earth. Step it back into an all fours position. Extend your left leg towards the back of the room, keeping it lifted. Bend the knee, foot flexed up towards the sky. Drawing the knee in towards the chest, shin drops down, extension of your right leg towards the back of the mat, grabbing hold of your props. Whatever setting feels good for you first, we're sitting up. Nice and tall. Chest lifts, heart lifts, shoulders drop, elbows relaxed. See how you feel? The breath is a good indication of that. Through the practice of breath, you understand our mindset a lot better. So really tune in with your breath, make them nice and long to help calm yourself down. If you're feeling any emotion coming up, address it, acknowledge it, try not to push it to one side. Let's make our way to come down, wherever that is. It may be here for you, that's perfect. It might be forearms. It may be different to what you did on the other side, and that also is completely okay. We are often a little bit lopsided. That's not a problem. We work on that in our yoga practice. Slowly make your way back up, shifting the weight onto the left side. Drawing the right knee to bend, foot comes up. A hand to support, a block to support your left hand. Right arm circles towards the back of the mat. Maybe we stay, maybe we grab a hold of the foot. Maybe it slides into the crease of the arm. Left arm lifts up. Take a bend in the left elbow. Interlace the fingers. And as you've gazed behind to get that grip, we then start to gaze up to the front right side of your mat. Chest lifts. See if you can be a little bit more open with the front body. Breathing into the rib cage. Hips are sinking down, open. Beautiful stretch, this one. Breathe into it. Coming back to the concept of raga, attachment. What are you attached to? Is it the pose? Is it whether you can do the pose or not? Are you attached to which variation, which option you took? Are you attached to your breath? Can you detach from everything and surrender to this moment now? The power of now. Slowly start to unravel really quickly. Try not to let that back leg ping away. Bringing both hands down towards the ground. Drawing the knees to come to touch. I'm going to face you. We come into our closing posture. If you would like to take a more traditional Shavasana, you can absolutely do that after this one. We have a few other classes, a few Shavasana practices on here to elongate your practice, if you would like that. Otherwise, come with me. We're going to come to sitting on our glutes. Feet together, draw the feet in. You could have them wider if that feels better for your body type. Left arm wraps round, right arm wraps round, and we're closing here if you're staying with me. We start to draw the head in a downward direction. It doesn't have to touch your knees, so your forehead doesn't have to touch your knees at all, but we're just tipping the forehead and tipping the head down to allow us to close today's practice. And wherever you are, a moment of thanks to yourself, taking the time to practice today with me, for yourself, to be consistent, to prioritize your well-being. Thank you so much for joining me in today's class. I'll leave you here to soak up the goodness for as long as you like. And I can't wait to see you again tomorrow. Thank you for joining. Bye-bye.